want to talk about how you park your boat on the actual lift. We have several lift styles in the marina. One of them is a two-tune lift like we have here, where you have two air pontoons underneath the boat, and there's no middle tune. When you're pulling your boat in on this one, you need to make sure the outdrive or your outboard motor, your propeller, if you have an inboard boat like a Nautique or a Mastercraft, that your propeller shaft doesn't get into this metal bar. Okay, this is a 3 pontoon base lift, so I got a third air chamber in the middle here, and this third chamber, if your inboard motor or your outdrive gets into that tune, you'll slice a hole in it, and obviously we've just lost that tune in terms of lifting capacity. You've got to be aware that we either have a metal frame or we have a tune on a 3-tune lift, and you don't want to get your driving mechanism into that. So we need to balance the boat front to back on the lift. It's a 3-tune lift, and the boat is pulled up, and you can see where the outdrive has been lifted up. He's over the third middle tune, but that's fine. The problem is if your outdrive is in a down position and he pulls another 2 feet forward, that skag at the bottom of the outdrive will chop right into that fiberglass pontoon and punch a hole in it. Or if he pulls even further forward on a 2-tune lift where there's no middle tune in the middle, he'll be into the metal framework with his outdrive. Okay, you can see this is an example. This particular boat, the outdrive is still down. You can see where the skag line is, and there's plenty of room in this lift for this boat to pull forward a couple more feet. Well, if he pulls 6 inches more, he's going to be into the third tune, which you can see somebody has already done. That's why we have this training video. That whole white epoxy there is a repair for somebody who has a boat just like this with a skag just like that is driven into the third tune. So once you figure out where you're balanced on the lift, one of our tips is to run a line across your slip like this boater has done, so that when they pull in, they bump the front of their boat wherever it hits into that rope, and that's where they stop. And when they hit the rope, they stop, and then they get out and make sure that boat stays right there, and then they turn the lift on, and you end up with a boat that's perfectly centered front to back on your lift. Again, this one here is another example of a prop that's up in the air on a 3 pontoon lift. We don't have any problem with the hitting the tune, and because he's made that rope at the front of the boat has not gone in and gotten into that cross member. Looking at here is a fairly short boat, but you can see that they have a large outdrive, in this case a twin screw forward-facing outdrive, which is about 6 inches off of that tune. And again, if they came in with the outdrive down and not paying attention to that tune, that thing's going to ram right into the back of that middle tune. As you can see, this boat is nowhere near the front of their slip, but they are perfectly balanced on that lift. And this is an example of a boat where somebody has aired a little bit too much on the side of caution. We appreciate their concern, but what they've done is they've backloaded the lift instead of balancing the lift, and now you can see the heaviest part of the boat is really pulling down on our lift structure here. And if you look to the back of the boat, this is an inboard boat, a Tigi, and it's got a prop line that's back, about 6 feet from this metal beam that they should be concerned about. So this boat has got 5 to 6 feet that they can pull forward before we have to worry about the prop or the prop shaft getting into this frame. And if you look to the front of this boat, you'll see there's plenty of room in the front of that boat to move up 4 feet or 5 feet and balance it out on the lift. This is putting a strain on the lift, and it's also got the boat sticking way out into the channel. All right, this is what the lift is going to look like when it's down. And we happen to have a nice clear day and the water being clear, so we can see the lift structure underneath the water. In the middle of the summer, when there's lots of boats in the water, we're not going to get this kind of clarity in the water, so you're not going to really see where your lift is. But I wanted you to see what it looks like. The slip is a slip, it's in water. And if you pull your boat in and you're not mindful where the back of this tune structure is, then when you pull in, you can overdrive and get to the front and get your prop or your skag into the structure. Your first time in the slip, make sure that you're watching it real careful. Start back, pull it up a little bit, test it, drop it down again until you get a sweet spot where you're perfectly balanced and your outdrives and props are not into the structure of the lift.